Hey fight fans, welcome back to the Fight Book. Two huge news were released by the UFC last night in the event UFC Vegas 105. The first one was not that big, but the second one is huge. The first is they announced UFC Atlanta for June 14th. If you are my follower, you already know that June 14th event was going to happen in Atlanta, but now it is officially announced by the UFC, and currently the biggest name on the card is Rose Namajunas, who is fighting Miranda Maverick. Let's just hope they do not put her in the main event. By the way, the second news that were released, or we say it was leaked, it's Topuria versus Oliveira. Yes, UFC's former featherweight champion Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. This news was leaked on the broadcast after the event ended, but MMA reporter Alex B. Hunin says that UFC officials told him this is a fake news or it was a mistake. But we currently don't know this was real, but this happened. So this thing is enough to start the rumors that Topuria versus Oliveira can be a possibility. Then the second fight is about Movsar Evloev. 2 days ago, I told you that Movsar Evloev shared a tweet where he said that he has got an offer to fight in the main event of UFC Vegas 107 May 17 card, where he didn't said who his opponent going to be. He had also said that he would fight anyone if he want to, so it doesn't matter he is higher in the rankings or lower. So now the news which arrived, it is that his opponent is Aaron Pico, former Bellator fighter and a huge MMA prospect. Aaron Pico is going to make his UFC debut, and this fight is in work. I hope Movsar Evloev doesn't take this fight, and especially UFC 314 is this weekend, and both of headliner wants to fight Movsar Evloev in their next fight. So it would be a very dumb decision by Movsar Evloev to take Aaron Pico fight, and that also in UFC Apex. Moreover, Aljamain Sterling was asked by a fan that when his next fight is, and he told him that he is pushing the UFC from December to have his next fight, and now he is hoping to fight in Mirab Dvalishvili's undercard UFC 316. Other than these unofficial fights, there are two fights that are officially announced. First is women flyweight bout between number 14 ranked Ariane de Silva versus Chinese prospect Wang Kong. Silva is on a two-fight losing streak, so she will be trying to defend her number 14 spot. This fight is added at UFC 316, the same card where Aljamain Sterling wants a spot. The second fight is a men's flyweight bout between Cody Durden versus Jose Ochoa. Durden is coming off a loss from Joshua Van, while Ochoa is also coming off his debut loss in the UFC. This fight is added in UFC Atlanta June 14th. And then the last news from this UFC news section, UFC has released the poster for UFC Des Moines, Iowa card on May 3rd, headlined by Davison Figueiredo versus Corey Sandhagen. You tell me this is a good poster or not. Rated from 1 to 10. In the boxing world, there are no big updates. First one is from last night's card where Tszyu got back into the win column by beating Joyce Spencer. Now Tszyu versus Keith Thurman is in works, and it is planned for July 6th in Australia. Janibek Alim Hanuli also defended his two titles last night, and after that, he had called out Canelo Alvarez for the battle between kings. Let's see how Canelo responds, or even he responds or not. Then from this weekend's card, there is a bummer news. Rampage Jackson versus Rashad Evans fight is now off. The fight pulled over due to contractual obligations. Both fighters have confirmed it, but the card is still on. Maybe Diego Sanchez versus John McDessie gets the main event spot now. Then there is a top level super middleweight clash that is in works. It is from Matchroom. Matchroom has turned its attention to making Diego Pacheco versus Trevor McCumbee. The rumor date for this fight is June 21st, but the location is still to be decided. Pacheco is 23-0, undefeated WBO number 1 contender, while Trevor is coming off a loss to Caleb Plant. And then last from boxing is that WBO President Gustavo Oliveira has confirmed that Terence Crawford will vacate his WBO interim super welterweight title as he will not be returning to the division again, which means his fight versus Madrimov was just one and done for Crawford at super welterweight. Then in the last section, non-UFC, non-boxing fights. The first is from last night's event. Last night there was the first round of Glory Kickboxing heavyweight tournament and the winners are now set. There would be 8 fights in the second round of last heavyweight standing tournament, and the fights added on Glory 100 cards day 2 June 14th, headlined by Rico Verhoeven defending his heavyweight title versus Artem Vakitov. One fight that is in works, it is Mike Perry versus Robbie Lawler as the BKFC headliner. Mike Perry has confirmed this fight is in works and it will take place sometimes between June to November 2025. And that's all in this video. This video was short but interesting. All the big fight news have been covered, so I do not want to waste your more time. Now like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and give your feedback in the comment section, then do whatever you want.